So we just got so much into the game. People were just done dealing with the recent bouncy orange cheeks Venom card along with the new Savior wallet bundle, but we already have some serious stuff to discuss about the upcoming heroes. Even though we were busy praising the developers as they really cooked well with these new skins which they are showcasing to us, I mean, just look at these two skins. They look so damn cooked. They took their time with these two skins as they promised us a long time ago that they will be giving us a Thor skin, which they have done now. And as for the Hawkeye skin, which is a pure unexpected blessing, which people are surely going to enjoy. Cause all he had was purple, purple, purple. Around his main costume, around his epic skin, and other skin which he had, which was legendary, I guess. But this one looks so clean and fits his character along with the title itself, the Ronin. And I know some of you were probably about to click off thinking this was just another skin showcase, but nah, this is about some game changing additions to the roster we will be looking forward to. We are just 1 week or 15 days away from knowing who is going to make it into Marvel Rivals, and there is so much hinting going on in multiple Twitter posts where the most trusted league provider says that community is going to enjoy the arrival of this new hero, which can be he or she, and this particular character is going to be a perfect fit for the new meta which is still going into the game. Also, one another post suggests that people are going to enjoy her interactions too, and they are going to farm some clips of it. And when speaking of the new balance changes and new upcoming things, this post also showcases Storm in it. She must be having some relation with the new map or the new battle pass. So these hints weren't enough for me. Well, when I heard all of this, I had to start rationalizing things to predict which character would be coming next, based on what we already know and what Marvel Rival has hinted at over the past 15 to 20 days. Here is what we know. Hellfire Gala is our new Battle Pass theme. Blade is confirmed to be in the game and he will be a melee hero who is playing the current major role of the lore itself in this season. Hellfire Gala and Krakala are suspected to be the new Battle Pass and the map, making it logical for us to expect the host of this grand event, Emma Frost, to show up as the new protagonist of the upcoming season. But this is where things get interesting. The league say the new hero will fit the meta perfectly, and that got me thinking. One of the most recent posts break down the current meta, explaining how in higher rank elos competitive play certain hero dominate because of their versatility and synergy. Characters like Winter Soldier, Doctor Strange and Namor create a strong team composition that fills in each other's weaknesses. However, certain strong picks like Black Panther, Thor, Magic don't see as much dominance at high level. Due to their lack of strong synergy, the post suggests that if we had a hero who could support and enable these characters, brawling and aggressive playstyle would become far more viable. Now keep this post and the hints in mind and let's take a look at the breakdown of the kit for these two heroes. And yes, I know about the description and the skill title, but I needed a bit more visual concept to get a better conclusion. So I digged up the grave for the past games ever released by Marvel. And if you had ever played Marvel Super Wars, you will see some uncanny resemblance in the Marvel Rival kits. And guess what? Emma Frost and Blade already exist in Marvel Super Wars. So let's get started with Emma Frost. First thing to know, she is a Vanguard, and she have a huge list of skill which suggests that one of her skill is going to be changing form between her human form, the telepathic attack and the diamond form, close range brawling and tankiness. And this is how it looked in Marvel Super Wars. That surely looks similar, right? But that's not it. Here is a list of skills that were leaked according to a post on X, which is too long, but some of these seem melee attacks and some range. Now let's take a look at the descriptions that were leaked on a blog. Now I will play how the skill visually looked for this hero side by side, as I had matched them based on their appearance from Marvel Super Wars and the description from the leaks. Her primary attack in her human form is called Psychic Blast. which is going to be a hit scan according to the post. And her secondary fire is going to be a psychic ray that possibly is going to hit target while covering a decent area of effect. Her E skill is going to be a barrier which will block damage for you or the team, and if it's like an Inviswoman barrier, then it will allow enemies to pass through it and in return making them slow. All the descriptions specified in the leaks and what we see here shows so much similarities. Now let's do the same for her diamond form, because she will be more durable in this state and providing more value with these skills as they focus more on ground control and brawl. Skill mentioned in the post are primary attack called Diamond Shock, which is going to be a mid-range attack for melee attacks. Her secondary attack, Diamond Kick, this move should either have a cooldown or be available only after switching forms. However, must include either one of these, a knockback or a heavy damage. E ability, the Diamond Back Slam. This ability creates a crowd control effect where enemies will either be slowed or knocked back with a wide area of effect. I assume it will either be a charge up ability or just a spam click which will be activated instantly after pushing down a button. Additionally, this ability should enhance her mobility in diamond form. Since I suspect she will have a relatively slower movement speed, players will need to switch form instead of relying solely on one form itself. This mechanic will serve as her passive ability. That was a long list to go through. Now, let's try to match these abilities and her overall playstyle with the current meta type we discussed. As a Vanguard, she will be the one enabling dive units that can take advantage of her crowd control ability and psychic damage to finish off enemies. If she gets added to the roster, we will likely see a more skill-based shift in the gameplay, as dive character will benefit from having someone taking the pressure off them. With her providing support, they can focus on their job without worrying about being constantly targeted. Now, she seems to be exactly one the post was referring to. But still, let's do the same analysis for Blade from Marvel Super Wars. Yes, Blade from Marvel Super War also had many similarities to the leaked skill set specified by this post. This post speaks about a passive called Bloodline Liberation, which allows him to see enemies behind the wall, and how to trigger this passive is still unknown. But in Marvel Super War, it used to get triggered when an enemy that is close to you is below 50 to 30% of his HP, and then he can be seen even if he is trying to hide in the bushes. I guess this will be triggered in Marvel Rivals when you hit someone with his sword or something like that. His E ability, Stomp and Slash, which is going to be a burst damage skill, and the main damage dealing ability to take down other duelist who is brawling you or diving your team, cause this will surely have a knock-up ability. And the footage from Marvel Super War again looks 80 to 70% similar to the description specified by the post. The another ability called Dark Knight Attack, which is going to be a combo of him slashing through the enemy with multiple slashes, and this looks so similar in Marvel Super Wars 2. You have one charge of it wherein you will click the shift ability to charge in, doing multiple slashes. This will also be your gap closing ability. Another skill specified in the leak post is called Fang Deflect, which I think will be his secondary attack, where he will be using his sword to deflect incoming projectiles. So this will not be a certain skill with cooldown and will work like an Hawkeye deflect. And this has no traces in Marvel Super Wars, cause this skill is something more hero shooter specific skill. And for his ult, the New Moon, this skill enhances his attack, movement, damage all together for a certain period of time, which is also suspected to have a life steal passive, where he will be getting healed based on the damage he deals to the enemy, which will make him a terrifying unit, as the more damage he deals, the more sustaining hero he will be. This ability also represents exactly as described in Marvel Super War, and has the same impact as mentioned in the leak. Now, Blade introduced an entirely new playstyle as a duelist, where he can either be played with the team to help balance the damage output or used as a flank, dive unit, or an aggressive engagement. If we map him to the current meta, we fall under the strongest pick category, meaning he will likely be banned frequently, similar to Wolverine. Players will enjoy using him because, once again, he is a high skill hero, which means we can expect to see plenty of high IQ plays with him. That said, we still can't say for certain whether Blade will be added to the game, as Emma Frost currently has more in-game reference compared to him. However, Blade's model was presented in the game earlier than Emma's. With the upcoming Battle Pass and high demand for Vanguards, Emma Frost is more likely to be introduced first. However, since they have been releasing 2 heroes per season and patch, there is a good chance that both Blade and Emma Frost will be added to the game. That was a lot to analyze and map out, but I hope you got what I was trying to explain. Apologies if I ended up making anything more confusing. Hope you find this helpful. Please like, share, subscribe, as it really helps me bring more content like this. So this is me, Handoff, signing off. Bye.